What's good, fellas? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be discussing the art of attracting women. There's levels to this, and there's definitely balance involved here, so stay tuned and we'll find out. So, starting this off with the first thing a woman would notice about you is how you carry yourself. How you look and how you carry yourself are the two biggest things and the first things a woman will notice. So, with this and how to attract women with how you carry yourself, first of all, you have to be confident. You can't be like walking all hunched over and on like that. Good posture. You gotta let your nuts hang. Like, your nuts should be dragging on the floor behind you. That's how confident you need to be. Let them hang. Like, that's how confident you have to be. You have to, like, have a good demeanor, like your swag, how you dress, all that has to be on point. Or you're not gonna catch a single eye from a woman if you don't carry yourself the right way, dress the right way. And honestly, like, if you just keep to yourself, and the biggest thing is like keeping yourself but still having your presence be felt without you having to be loud or even say a single word. Like, you should be able to have your presence felt in a room as soon as you walk in without having to say a single word or even look in a single person's direction. That's basically how you should carry yourself, and that's the first thing a woman would notice about you. So, you walk in a room, doesn't matter if you're at work, at the mall, obviously, depending on the location, the setting, circumstance, it'll slightly affect how you go about things, but let's just say you walk in a room, swag on point, nuts dragging, whole deal, and you see you're on honey watch, all right? You see one you want, you're like, that's the one. So your presence is known, but now you have to let her know that you see her, but without letting her know that, like, oh, you think she's the most beautiful woman on earth. You've heard thousands of times by now, I bet, on validation and why it's important to not give it away freely. So, the look, that's all you need. So, if you're feeling real bold, you can just give her that look up and down, little smirk, walk off. But like I said, that's if you know you're gonna see her again. Obviously, like, you give her, if it's a girl you're not gonna see again, you're just gonna have to approach at that point. But let's say you're gonna see this girl again, she's at work, school, something like that. You give her the look and walk off. That's how you convey, without saying a single word, it's game time. That's basically what it's saying. So having that look on point is really what's going to convey the whole message and start, like, planting the seed in her mind. And honestly, if you do it right, she's going to be thinking about you for the rest of the day. So now we got the look on point, planting seeds in her mind. This is the start. So what you're going to do from here is, naturally, you got to talk to her at some point. I mean, like, you're not going to get anywhere quick without saying a single word to a woman, unless you're really just that guy, unless you're Michael B. Jordan, which I highly doubt that you are. Unless you're Michael B. Jordan, you gotta talk to her, and this is where the balance comes in. The biggest thing here is to not give validation. I know I've already said that. Don't give validation. And if you see her every single day, don't talk to her every day. You know, like, you gotta keep it interesting. You gotta keep her on her tippy toes here. But when you talk to her, you gotta be smooth, talk in a deeper voice, slow. When you talk slow with a deeper tone of voice, it shows you're confident. You have to have these things down pat. And the only way to do that is to talk to women regularly. I know I used to struggle with it personally, but I don't really struggle at all anymore. I mean, it's natural to me. Like, if you don't talk to women, you're not gonna know how to talk to women the right way. But like, going through school and like working retail, it's gotten way easier. Like, it's easy now. But anyways, you have to like know how to talk to a woman, keep it short. You have to be assertive. Being assertive also shows that you can lead. Don't be her like a pushover. Don't let her talk over you. You have to like assert your dominance in the situation, but like in a respectful way. But then again, this is where the balance comes in. You can't be her personal clown. Like, you can't just be like, making a woman laugh is good, but like going overboard to where that's your sole purpose in the conversation is making her laugh, you're just gonna look like a clown to her. So the next thing here is to keep her chasing, and how you do that is shockingly by being inconsistent. Like I was saying before, talking to her one day, not talking to her the next. Be consistent with your demeanor. Like, be consistent with who you are, how you carry yourself. That should remain consistent. Don't like switch up your whole attitude one day to the next. But switch up when, how, where you engage in conversation and things like that with her. And what's important here is to understand that your attention is your leverage in this situation. The same way that women leverage sexual intimacy is how you should leverage your attention. It's arguably like what's most important to women is your attention. Your attention is like what keeps her mentally there. And that's like really the biggest thing, is knowing how to leverage your attention in your favor and not giving it away freely, and letting it be known that you're not always available, and which you really shouldn't be. You really shouldn't always be available. If you're working on yourself, you shouldn't be available 24/7. So we're in the bottom of the ninth here. You brought your closer out. This is the time. I've talked about earlier in the video about planting seeds in her mind to where she thinks about you constantly. And now comes the time to reap the benefit of your crops. You gotta pick your tomatoes, whatever it is. Forget it. Forget it. That's the analogy. Anyways, it's time to collect. And if you do the rest of this right, this should be the easiest part. You already have her thinking about you. You already have her thinking you're like the best thing to happen to her since, I don't know, since like Kylie Jenner's new line of fucking lip gloss or whatever the fuck. But yeah, so all you really have to do is close the deal here. You already got her thinking about you. So how you do that, I'm not going to get into specifics because there's plenty of different ways you can close the deal, but just keep in mind that the most important thing with closing is maintaining your masculine frame. Don't be bending over backwards trying to get a date. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. On to the next. But yeah, literally get her number if you haven't already, and when you get a woman's number, it should be solely for the purpose of getting a date, meeting up in person. you shouldn't have the time, care, or like you shouldn't be her little texting buddy. You really shouldn't have time for that. Being her texting buddy that should be saved for all the other guys trying to get her attention that aren't getting anywhere in life with her. But yeah, secure a date, and that basically concludes the video on how to attract a woman. That's how you get a date. That's how you go from 0 to being like to engaging with this woman on another level. Yeah, so I'm hoping y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope y'all learned something from it. If you did, leave a like, dislike, comment suggestions, thoughts, whatever. Don't forget to subscribe also. I'm trying to upload more regularly now, about like what, once a week, something like that. But yeah, thank y'all for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.